Welcome to episode 2 of Fort Fritz. I am your host, Fritz, and I am joined this week by Mandaddy.
Hi.
Sarah.
Hello.
And Nick Spry.
Hello.
So this is an audio journey through my inheritance of a haunted house by my late Uncle Felix, who said, I can have the house, but all I have to do is spend one night in the haunted house. And I have forever to do this. I can take my time if I want to. So I'm really just trying to get to know this house. I will forewarn you, the stories that you are about to hear are verifiable sources. However, what you hear is purely intended to be an entertainment comedy show. We are going to scare the hell out of you, and if you want to do additional research, you are entirely encouraged to do so. Having said that, welcome aboard to Fort Fritz. Howdy, y'all!
Hey!
Oh, boy. Woo! So, as you can see, we're standing in the front lawn now.
Beautiful.
It's on the side of the house. If you're looking at the house, it's to the right of the house. It's a little patch, and then it goes way back there. Way back there. And I decided to wake up early. Well, who am I kidding? I can't sleep anyway at the place that I'm staying in now. I'm getting migraines when I do try to sleep. And then I have unnatural amounts of energy, and I'm just exhausted. So I decided to wake up way early in the morning. Way!
So you have too much energy and you're exhausted.
Yes. It's
a weird
ridiculous.
feeling.
I can't
That sounds
sleep.
painful.
I can't sleep. It's like, it's like I'm on meth, I guess. But it's like one of those things where it's I can't find any sleep, and then when I do, I'm like the Energizer Bunny.
It sounds
I have
like
a theory.
college exams.
Yeah.
I have a theory. It sounds like the house is trying to make you sleep in it.
Man, Daddy, that is an interesting theory, and one that I'm not going to fall for because you want me to spend the night.
We just got here. Let's not get too spooky.
You old devil.
This place just scares me.
Well, I decided to drive over here and do some lawn work on the house, but Uncle Felix, all he had was an old-timey walk-behind, like self-propelled mower, and it's been taking me 3 hours to do this lawn. It doesn't look like I've done anything.
Not really. Were you doing any raking?
No, there's no rake.
Okay, so somebody left a big old pile of leaves on the wall coming up here, and I just decided to jump, haul up and jump in it, and I am covered in leeches. Look at this big one.
Oh,
Look,
my God.
I call him Budgie.
Get
that's
it
good.
off you. Get it off you.
Nick's bride loves fall.
Look,
He does.
When my heart beats, his heart beats.
Aw, it's adorable.
So you're not only haunted, you're infested with leeches and God knows what else.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
maybe vermin or rodents or,
Definitely vermin.
a whole gaggle of gooses
Yeah,
and
why
geeses.
aren't you sleeping in this house?
At least you have a light out here. A light. for
Thank
this
you.
giant house.
Yeah, I turned out all I needed to do was just turn the power onto the house.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Ah, nice. I just discovered my car needed oil, so we're kind of in
Really?
the same boat. Yeah, it actually
You don't
does.
say.
Yeah, I'm surprised and
That's
shocked.
weird. Most cars don't need oil.
Yeah, I didn't think they
thought.
did anymore.
How much oil would a car...
It was like 4 gallons.
Really? 4 gallons of oil?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
seems... Oh, wait, are you talking about gasoline?
Wait, which is one on the side of the car?
That's the gasoline.
Oh, damn it!
You've been putting oil in it. I gotta hope not.
It was running. It was running slow, but I just thought that's just more efficient.
Well, if
Well,
I
it
had
technically is.
If I had gasoline and Uncle Felix lived in the modern era, maybe I could get this damn back 40 done a little better. But it's just, it's all weeds and overgrown offshoots of tufts of grass and corn stalk.
Back 40.
Yeah, back 40.
I thought you said it was on like a 10-acre plot.
God willing.
So what's the back 40? Is there 40 more acres?
Back 40. I thought that was just a expression.
It's what they call a backyard.
Yeah, exactly. Sarah's got it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Come on,
I've mowed a backyard or two.
You mowed it back 40.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been working all day, and I haven't heard a damn thing until recently before you guys showed up. And it sounds like a rumbling, like this low guttural. Man, Daddy, maybe you can give me like a kind of sound for it, like a background. Yeah, it's just like that.
Just like that?
Creepy. So creepy.
Where was it coming from?
Well, the bushes over by the trash cans. Now you're freaking me out. Just stop it. That's way too freaky. That was way crazier than what I heard. But yeah, it's coming over from the damn trash cans over there behind the bushes.
Well, then I would either attack or run.
Fight or flight.
Yeah, there you go. You got two choices. Or burn everything down.
Burn
House,
it to
everything.
ground.
Just burn it all. Just burn it.
Do you have a flashlight?
I don't,
Do you have a
Fire is a
candelabra?
light.
I have a candle. Fire is a light, yeah.
That's true.
Fire is a light.
Fire,
Yeah.
just burn it all down.
No, I don't have anything resembling any kind of electric battery.
You should probably check that out. That might be, it could be anything. That
It's
could
a
be
good investment, too.
a pipe
Besides
battery?
his house. Yeah, and a flashlight.
I need batteries and a flashlight.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm surprised none of you have any. I didn't bring any. I thought there'd be lights, but
It's not my house.
You know, I thought there would be lights
Not
too.
my house.
Yeah. One usually assumes lights when they show up to a friend's house.
Yeah.
Okay, I see I see where this is going, okay? I didn't know that the lights that I put in to the upper floors of this house were not the right kind and they blew out as soon as I put the power on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
So I got the one light bulb and I have a coffee maker and the 4K flat screen TV. That's all I got hooked up.
Wow.
Well, you got the essentials.
Thank you.
Caffeine and
Got the
entertainment.
foosball table yet?
I don't have the foosball table in, but I was able to move in another recliner. So now I have
very
one
good.
couch and a recliner.
No ottomans?
I have no ottomans. What the hell is that? Did you guys hear that?
What was that? Where? That noise?
That right there. Did you hear that?
Oh, man.
Okay, now I understand what you're talking about. That is not right.
Just listen to it. What is that? What the hell is that?
It sounds animal, but not.
Yeah. Kind of like an animal.
Can we get out of here? This is...
Spooky.
Yeah, this is a little too spooky.
A little too spooky.
I don't know. I think we should check it out.
Okay.
Come on.
Let's throw caution to the wind and possibly our lives and flesh. Let's just go check out this insanely scary sound over there and just,
Just
see
throw
what's
my
going
boot
on.
at it. Here, take my boot. Take my boot off my...
All right.
Take my boot off my...
Got it. Got it.
And just throw it over there. Adorable.
It's just a
kitty
kid.
cat.
Wow, look at that little guy.
Oh, he's taking a liking to Man Daddy.
Oh, come here. Oh, cats love me. I mean, I'm just a f***ing magnet.
Lucky.
Come here, you.
He has a massive head.
Pussy cat.
Oh, yeah. I understood what you meant.
It looks like something's wrong with it. It's making that cat
It's
puke
moving
face. It's
weird.
awful. It looks like it's gonna be it's got a hairball coming or something.
Is it dying?
No, it's not dying. I've seen cats do this all the
No,
time.
look at its
Hairballs,
belly.
like,
Something's
it's-
coming out of its mouth. Oh,
Yeah, it's
God.
What is that?
Oh,
Holy! Is that a jawbone? Holy, that's a jawbone!
That's a jawbone. That's a jawbone. That's a human jawbone.
Wait a minute. Is it a Oh, it's a human jawbone.
Yeah. That's
human jawbone.
You would know.
Good
Oh, I'm
night.
so glad it came out of his mouth.
This is this is not good at all. If a damn black cat comes out of the woods and coughs up a human jawbone now.
Well, it might be a sign of good luck. Do you know anything about jawbones?
Can we compare it? Just put the jawbone up to your faces. Does it look
I'm not
like
touching that.
I'm not putting my hand
It's
on
covered in
that.
cat vomit.
Well, I'm not going to touch it.
Just lean down on the ground and put your face close to it.
Should I?
Just
yeah.
kind of just lean down there a little bit.
Okay.
for
there we go.
proportions.
Does that look a little bit like? Is it like?
Yeah.
That's a jawbone. That's
yeah.
a jawbone.
How did you say your Uncle Felix died again?
Of a short, unnatural illness, of course. He was
And did
42
they
years
bury
old.
him around here, possibly?
I hope.
You hope they bury him around here?
I don't know.
Oh, my God.
Look, I got the house, okay, bros? So
Yeah, but he might still be in it.
I know.
Or under it?
know.
Or inside
or
of...
around it
I know.
in
Adorable-
pieces, eaten by cats.
Wait, what do you mean? Is this something that you have experience in?
Yeah, a little bit. Don't you know what rips apart humans and animals and leaves them with bones everywhere?
Death claws.
Death claws and fangs, and they can fly. Oh, and you'll
What
never
the
see
hell
them.
are you talking about?
The Jersey Devil.
What the hell is the Jersey Devil?
You mean the hockey team?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Big
that's
fan.
that's new. They're not very good, but I've always thought the Jersey Devil was America's most endearing cryptid legend, but the origin of how it became is something people don't really know about. In eastern New Jersey, near an area called Pine Barrens, circa 1795, there was Mother Leeds, and she had 12 children. After finding out she was pregnant for the 13th time, she said this one would be a devil, or something like, the devil can take this one. Legend has it changed into a creature with hooves, a goat's head, bat wings, and a forked tail. Growling and screaming, it killed the midwife in the room before flying out the chimney encircling the villages and then heading toward the pines. So later, a clergyman exorcised the demon for 100 years and was not seen again until 1890. But references to the devil don't appear in newspapers or flyers until the 20th century. The first major story came in 1909. During the month of January that year, newspapers published hundreds of claimed encounters with the Jersey Devil from all over the state. Literally hundreds. Claims like the creature attacked a trolley car and a club. Police in Pennsylvania supposedly shot at it and had no effect. Other reports told about unidentified footprints in the snow, and that the dogs were called in to follow the tracks. They refused to do so. Soon sightings of creatures resembling the Jersey Devil were being reported throughout South Jersey and as far away as Delaware, Western Maryland. All this widespread newspaper coverage led to panic throughout, prompting a number of schools to close and workers to stay home. And also, it's rumored that the Philadelphia Zoo posted a $10,000 reward for the creature's droppings, scat, excrement. A recent sighting of the creature was in 1993 when a forest ranger driving along a river in southern New Jersey was forced to stop when he saw that the road ahead of him was blocked by something. He described it as about 6 feet tall with horns and matted black fur. He said that he and the thing looked at each other for several minutes before the monster finally turned and ran into the forest. Even more recently, this October, a photo of something resembling the Jersey Devil was captured on a cell phone. People Magazine and Vice News and a bunch of others covered it. Dave Black wrote about his Tuesday night account. I was just driving past the golf course and had to shake my head a few times when I thought I saw a llama. If that wasn't enough, then it spread its leathery wings and flew off. So, over the course of hundreds of years, I don't know why this is still a relevant myth. They say the woods of Pine Barrens is known as a desolate, nearly impenetrable forest where dozens of murders have taken place, but I bet the surrounding towns seem to enjoy the legend, the occult feel of the area. There's a certain nostalgia, a creepiness that only they get to experience. They'll always have the Jersey Devil, but we just get to talk about it.
The Jersey Devil. Wow, that's
Wow.
You know, that reminds me. Is the Jersey Devil? Is that what the X-Files episode is? Really? So it's the Jersey Devil. It's like this feral family in the woods with this possessed child who terrorizes the town.
Or it's about the hockey team, the Jersey Devils. It's,
either way
you
scary.
can look
Spooky.
either way.
You know what? If I saw Mulder and a pair of ice skating, blades doing the little backward skate, going like, "So Scully, oh my God."
There you go.
I would buy season passes for that. Season passes. And that's a promise.
Bit of a Scully fan, I see.
Mulder.
Who is it?
Oh, Mulder. Oh, okay,
and
sorry.
Mulder, too.
I wasn't an X-Files fan, sorry. One of
You should
the
get
things
in.
that I remember as a kid, used to always try to get the books about urban legends and things like that, and I think it was talking about the early Jersey Devil sightings where they woke up and the footprints in the snow were hoof prints, and some of them went up the sides of buildings.
Oh, yeah.
And across roofs. And that, when I was a kid, just terrified me. I'm a Florida kid, so of course I'd never see snow, but the idea of seeing hoof prints go up the side of your building.
Wait a minute. Like walking, like it's walking on the ground, like X-axis, and then Y-axis, it's walking up? Like
Yeah.
vertical?
And then across the roof and down the other side.
Like, it can fly, but it's, like, tired, so it just can... Man, it's
Just kind of convulses? What does it do?
Demons tend to defy physics, it seems.
That is insane.
Does it just prey on like drunk, horny teenagers?
I think it's anything in the
Are there any
woods
other type of
that-
teenagers?
Sarah, Sarah, does this creature have any kind of MO? Is it vandalizing farmers, crops?
There's all sorts of things. It's kind of like they say that like cows were found ripped apart.
Jeez.
And of course livestock is, but it would say little children would be taken too. Probably not teenagers. It's too big because the thing is not supposed to be that big. It's supposed to be smaller, but it would take little children. And during that time, a bunch of little kids went missing, and they attribute it to the Jersey Devil.
To which time frame was that?
1700s,
Really?
late 1700s.
Okay,
yeah.
so back in the day, it was just kind of this creature, but then you were saying in 1994, as recently as 1994, there was a stop where it was a 6 foot tall figure
so
with
either
horns?
it's grown
Oh,
you
my
know,
God.
or its offspring.
Ooh.
But a devil, how long does a devil live? I don't know. But and then
I don't think devils die, do they?
last month there was
They
a
already
picture
did.
of it. So
that was just last month that site you were talking
Really?
about. Yeah.
Vice talks about it. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
wow.
pretty
Oh,
cool.
my God. Vice News.
Look it up.
Jeez.
Oh,
That's
Vice
insane.
News. Yeah.
They do a good
Selling
job.
me.
They do good reporting. They're
They
solid.
do. Their
I'm a fan.
documentaries
I'm a
are
fan.
incredible.
I'm a fan. Now they do a weekly show that I really
They do.
like. Yep.
Yeah, they're always in Baghdad, though. It's like every
This
single
episode
show.
brought to you by Vice News.
Yes, Vice News. I'd like to thank our new sponsor for the show.
Send us things.
That's insane. Yeah, the only thing that I know about the Jersey Devil is just kind of like it'll be one of those almost like classic cryptozoology stories of driving late at night, a creature passes in front of the car.
Yep.
You go, what the hell was that?
No
You
thanks.
park, you try to look out, and you just see like a human like shoulder and a body of something else just running into the woods. Like,
I actually know quite a few people from Jersey, and from what I understand, as they were growing up, like as little kids, their parents would use it as sort of like a boogeyman story, like you better go to bed or else the Jersey Devil's going to come and get you.
Wow.
That's awesome. That's what I mean. The town, that must be so much fun to live in.
I don't know if fun's the way
Yeah,
to
I don't know.
describe it. Be like,
It's a
look,
weird
like,
sense of
Constant
fun over
terror.
there.
I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, I don't know if okay. So let's say I do have a Jersey Devil in my back 40. Okay,
Good chance
Do
of it.
I,
Good chance of it.
Like, would I befriend him? Like, he might.
You
be,
can't befriend him.
Yeah,
Oh, I
it's
can't
usually
befriend
because
him.
the word devil is,
Yeah.
that's usually not a friendly term. You know,
Well,
my buddy's the devil.
yeah,
you
but
know?
like George Burns, oh God, you devil.
Ah, that's true.
He was a
well,
real friendly
yeah, that
kind of
is
devil.
true.
So George Burns was a devil.
Yeah.
Yes.
The devil.
Okay, wait. Yeah, that's a good correlation. George Burns was the devil. Is Jersey Devil George Burns' devil?
is
That
George-
might be
was
pretty
George
cool.
Burns the devil
Is-
for real?
Is
Yeah,
George
totally.
Burns from New Jersey?
I don't know.
He
Are they
is
just
now.
talking about George Burns?
For the
Might
purpose of what we're talking about, he totally is.
Wow.
Might I just interject? Boss Man Jack, friend of the show.
Speaking
friend
of
the
devils.
show, friend of the show, is from Jersey.
Oh.
So this is
Wait a
going-
minute.
Yep.
Has anyone ever seen Jack and the Jersey Devil in the same room at the same time?
Sarah, can you get on that research?
I'm checking right now.
Okay.
I don't know about this.
Also, do you think Bruce Springsteen has any songs about the devil?
Doesn't he? Doesn't
Most
he
of
have,
them,
like-
really.
Should he should have most of the songs about the devil?
I mean, I thought they sound like they came from hell.
Oh, jeez.
Come on. Aw, he's so hardworking.
I'm a Floridian. We're allowed to be this way.
So last time we were all together, I was talking about burritos.
Yes.
I have a
Yes,
very special savory treat coming to us.
Is it a burrito?
It is. Well, I have beer, and I'm ordering burritos. You took the wind out of my sails, but it's okay. It's all right. And you
for
are
that.
listening to Fort Fritz, and we're going to take a little bit of a break, and we will be right back. Welcome back to Fort Fritz. I am your host, Fritz. One of the special aspects of this show is that we are always curious to hear what you, our audience, is thinking. So we want you to give us a call at 570-478-3789. That's 570-4RT-FRTZ, Fort Fritz. And let us know what you're thinking, if it's anything ranging from topics you'd like us to discuss on the show or research for you. If you don't have internet access, we can do that for you. But let's go ahead and take some of these voicemails that people have, I guess, have called in from our last episode. So this is the first caller on Fort Fritz in Fort Fritz history. Here we go.
Hey, Man Daddy. This is Man Daddy. I was just listening to the show. Really enjoy what you're doing. You guys are really bringing it, especially you. Love what you're doing. So I just want to say keep doing what you're doing, keeping it creepy, keeping it spooky, Man Daddy. You're doing what you're doing. This is Man Daddy. Love you, Man Daddy.
Man, Daddy, did you call yourself?
Yeah, I do it like several times a day. It's like affirmation.
Why
you
would
know?
you know?
Good job, buddy.
You
know,
sounded
I
good.
pay for
Thank you.
this.
See?
I pay for this service.
You have
She
a great
gets it.
phone voice.
Thank you. I did phone work for a long time, and it's
Yeah.
absolutely miserable.
But that's, I mean, isn't that what you want us to do? You wanted us to call in.
Yeah.
Right?
I
Yeah,
do,
I've been-
but not you. I'm talking
Like
about
every
the
few
audience.
hours. I've been doing like
I'm
every
not-
few hours.
I'm not talking about the cast members. I'm talking about the audience members. It's a way for the audience members to interact with us. Nick Spry, you are not helping matters, okay?
What if I don't have a pen handy? I need to like remind myself of
Thank you.
something, like a shopping list. Like, I need butter.
I agree.
need butter.
Okay, well, okay, so that's valid, right? But Man Daddy, you didn't do that. You were just fluffing yourself up.
Hey, man, everyone needs a fluffer, and if you can self-fluff, I recommend self-fluffing.
All right, valid.
But look, listen to the next email. I'm sure it's just another listener, getting in on the game and letting us know what they think about it. So play the next one.
Hey, Nick Spry. Nick Spry. What are you doing, you old dog, you? Hey, somebody told me you were doing this new podcast called Fritz. Yeah, so far so good. I've been listening. Just wanted you to let you know, make sure that he stays there tonight, all right? Because we ordered all of that furniture that we're going to put on his credit card, and it's going to show up there any day. So you just make sure that he stays. Whatever you do, make sure he stays. But you totally get out of there. Do not spend the night. Make sure Fritz stays. All right, love you. Bye.
Nick Spry, you son of a bitch.
What? Look, we just discussed this.
Yeah, exactly.
Look,
we just discussed
I
this.
just wanted a little encouragement, a little motivation.
Thank you.
It doesn't pertain to the show.
It does pertain to the show.
Totally.
I feel
Totally,
great
totally.
now.
Did not
pertain to
pertain
it.
to the show.
My self-esteem has risen considerably since we listened to that voicemail.
Good,
And he's trying to
good.
protect his own life while dooming your soul at the same time, which is where's the problem with that?
I don't mind that, but you guys are not. You guys are not help. You guys are not forwarding the show. Okay, we got one more. Let's just listen to the last one.
Hey, Sarah. Sarah here. Just wanted to give a couple more things about the Jersey Devils. So, when it was born, it was born a baby. It flew out of the thing, and it went around, and everybody saw it, which was real spooky. But it wasn't like reported. It looked like nothing. Nobody talked about it because they thought they were crazy. And remember, witches were really high end then. So anyway, add that in. Okay, thanks.
Sarah, you can't call into the show and remind yourself about what you did not talk about segment one. You
There's
have one
a
segment
lot
only.
of things to say,
You have one
especially
segment
about the
only.
Jersey Devils. So I needed to get it all out there. And
I wanted to
there's
hear the rest of
plenty
that
more.
story.
Yeah.
You can't talk about
Plenty
Jersey
more.
Devil during segment 2 because segment 2 is reserved for Man Daddy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, actually, now I'm on your side. Now I'm on your side. You need to stop doing that.
Well, you know
Stop
what?
it.
You know what else about the Jersey Devil?
Stop
was,
it.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
Stop it.
That's no. Just
You know what? I need some Parmesan and oregano right now. I'm in my
what?
kitchen in Fort Fritz.
For your burrito?
Yes, I need to get. I like a
puts
lot of hot
Parmesan on a
sauces.
burrito?
Oh my god! I opened the whole burrito up. I like to inspect what they did, and I like to add.
Are you
different
saying that
things.
you open up a burrito,
how do you
put
get it back
spices,
together?
Parmesan on it, and then probably put it in the oven?
Well, no,
Are you making a
Making-
pizza out of your burrito?
maybe.
that's the scariest thing we've ever talked about on the show.
Oh, hush! Just stop it.
It actually
Listen,
sounds delicious.
I like putting hot sauces inside the burrito. I'm not one of those guys who takes a bite and then adds the hot sauce. Takes a bite, adds the hot sauce.
Why don't you just tell the burrito place to put hot sauce on
You
your
know-
burrito?
Right.
Order a wet burrito.
I just forget.
So you're like deconstructing
time?
your own burrito.
Yes, every time. Sarah.
Deconstruct and reconstruct and
Yes.
deconstruct and reconstruct.
Well, I
Just
worked-
eat the burrito, dude.
I worked in a restaurant.
How much time do you have on your hands?
You both are being very aggressive to me.
Because the burritos haven't gotten here yet.
I know, and that's the thing. I want to munch on some Parmesan and oregano.
He hasn't slept also, and he's got a lot of energy. So let's give him a break.
Everybody's getting a little hangry right now. So let's
Shut
just
up, Nick
all right.
Fry.
Let's just get some cutlery and some plates and get ready
right.
for these
Okay.
burritos to show up.
But more importantly, where's the beer?
The beer. See, that's the thing. I think the fridge is on. Can someone check?
It's pretty dark in here.
I know, and it's
We don't have flashlights. It feels warm.
the only candles I had burnt out.
Oh,
The fridge feels warm.
well, it means it's on.
But open it
But
up.
is it warm inside? That's the more important part.
Yeah, so at least the fridge works. So we have ice cold beers.
Yay!
At least, thank God. Woo.
It's all worth it now. It's
Yep,
all worth
it's a
it,
load
isn't
off.
it?
But here's the thing that really puzzles me. What are all of these doors? You see that? It's almost like a hallway of doors right next to the fridge.
coming right out of the kitchen is really strange.
Why would you think Uncle Felix would have this? Is it?
Was he running an Airbnb?
I don't know.
mean-
Records didn't go back that far ago in 2012.
It almost looks like a stable. The way that you would walk through. Is it a very large pantry? I mean, I'm not going down that
Oh, that's
hallway.
creepy.
But
That-
that's
like-
that's
that's
creepy.
Storing human-sized animals in your house?
There's a bedding of hay up in this room. You see that? There's there's like a loft.
Hey!
There's a bedding of hay. If this was a walk-in pantry, I'm perplexed as
Or
to what he
walk-in
kept in here.
stable.
and this
Yeah.
fridge looks brand new.
Do you think he actually kept? Do you think he actually kept livestock in the house for butchering?
Talk about some fresh meat right there.
That's
Possibly.
really, really creepy.
Farm to table is not that. Ooh.
What the hell was that?
Burrito time!
Oh, thank God the burritos are here.
Are you sure? You know that's the burrito guy.
Well, I ordered burritos for everyone.
But are you sure? Have you looked? Is that the burrito guy at the door?
There's, well, I installed the front door, but there's no,
Peephole?
No peephole yet. I don't know.
You might not want to open the door.
Why not? There's delicious burritos on the other side. Open the door. Let's open it.
No. Okay. Obviously, have any of you heard of the Black-Eyed Children?
No, I have not.
Yeah, it's you might think twice about opening that door because, yeah,
If there's black-eyed children, they're holding burritos, then I'm in.
though the ones I'm talking about very rarely have any sort of Mexican treat. All they usually bring is terror for the most part, just a terror with a side of dread, and even with the Black-Eyed Children. Guacamole is still extra.
Number one, why would I have black-eyed children at my door? And number two, why is that an issue?
Well, it seems that this has been there's been a lot of sightings and a lot of different people having experiences with these black-eyed children. And a lot of people say that, it just started with an article or a book written by somebody, and it's all just a hoax. But there's a lot of people with a lot of different stories, and they all have that sort of a similarity to them, especially when it comes to being in a house. People have encountered them outside the house, but one of the things that happens, it seems, is that people will be at home, usually alone, or sometimes with other people, but sometimes alone, and they'll have a knock at the door, and there'll be usually two children. And they usually seem to have kind of antiquated clothing that still looks new, like clothing from the 80s, but it still looks new. And
How can you have clothing from the 80s that still looks new?
Right.
Are we talking windbreakers?
And there's one where someone saw one outside his car that was trying to offer him money for a ride, and it had an old school $20 bill, but it looked fresh out of the mint. And they want to get in. They always want to get into the house. They always ask to get in. They usually say they want to use your phone. That they talk about that their parents will be there soon. Sometimes, not always, but they'll sometimes bring up that their parents will be there soon.
Black-eyed children.
Yeah, it's complete black. No irises, no white, no nothing, just black.
Damn.
The entire eye is black.
Oh my God, like a blacked out eye?
Right, yeah, the entire eye is black.
How old are these children?
They vary in age. Sometimes they're younger teenagers. A lot of the stories seem to have two. One being an older male that seems to be about 12, and then a girl that's around 8 or so. And a lot of times, they're wearing hoodies and things to try to they'll when you first encounter them, they tend to look down, and so you can't see the eyes. But one thing that always accompanies them.
How frightening would that reveal be if they just look up and they're like, "Hello, father."
Boom.
Yes. Slam the door.
Here's your burrito, father.
No.
No, like I said, they have a complete. Actually, there is a complete aversion to Mexican food in the Black-Eyed Children. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because they prefer black-eyed peas because they're Cuban. You kill them, it's a whole thing. But anyway, the Black-Eyed Children always want to get into your house almost like in a vampiric way where they
need
to be
permission
invited
to come
they
inside?
need to be invited. They need to be allowed to come inside.
Can you tell me about this a little bit, because I don't know a lot about this? Why do vampires have to be invited in? I thought vampires were badass MF.
They need to be invited into the home because it's almost like you're accepting what your fate is. That's the whole romantic side of vampires, is that you're accepting into their world, not just that they're violent and attacking you, but that you're willing in a certain way.
And they always bring flowers and chocolates.
So why are these... That's romantic.
It is very
romantic. Why do these black-eyed children... why do they show up? What's their MO?
That's the thing. No one knows. There was a story, and that's and like I said, these are all stories. You never can there's never been any hard evidence. But this one woman claims that she actually let him in. And that let him into her house. And they kept on saying that because there was a blizzard outside, that their parents should be here soon. And they keep on saying that. And all of her cats, she had like 4 cats. They all just retreated when she said she has really curious, friendly cats. They all split. One of them stood in the kitchen just with its tail puffed up and hissing at them.
Kind of like what this
With the cat.
all-black cat is doing right now.
Kind of like that because, it did just puke up an entire human jawbone, so it's a little agitated right now. But then when the kids were in the house, there was 2 people. There was a husband and wife. The husband started to get a nosebleed. And after the kids were in the house for a little bit, and the thing that accompanies all the experiences with these is just a sense of dread. Just when the minute you can even see them outside the door, hear them outside the door, they always describe a feeling of just complete dread and terror. And sometimes like trying to lock the door, but their hands not being able to work. And one person talked about how when he was talking to them, he was looking at them and thinking in his head that, I wonder if these kids have any weapons. And one of the kids said, we don't have any weapons, sir.
Oh, my God,
that's freaky.
Yeah.
That's so creepy.
And so when these kids that got into the actual house...
Dude, it's always the kids. Why is it always the kids that are so terrifying?
They're just evil. Children are evil. Can we just admit that?
Nature versus nurture.
Are the people dead now? Because that's what's supposed to happen,
well,
right?
With the couple that let them in, the power went out after they were in the house. And right when the power out, they said, our parents are here. Oh. And they look outside, and this is where it comes into another piece of mythology, where supposedly there were 2 people outside, long black car, black outfits, very similar to the Men in Black.
Men in Black. Oh my God! It's got an alien UFO agenda.
They're aliens.
Or alien human hybrids.
Oh, hybrids.
Wow.
But the gentleman who he got dizzy and then had the nosebleed kept having nosebleeds, and they took him in, and he had a very aggressive form of skin cancer. And they asked him, have you been spending like a lot of time in tanning beds? And he's like, I've never been to a tanning bed. And so he ended up having a very serious form of radiation cancer. And all 4 of the cats, 3 of the cats just left. One of them died of a hemorrhage.
What?
She's having dizzy spells, and the guy has a serious radiation burn.
Whoa.
And there's all these different stories. There's stories of people seeing them outside their car trying to get rides. And a lot of times they seem to have only a small number of phrases like kind of programmed in. So they kind of say the same things over and over. And for those reasons, I don't think you should open that door.
Oh my God, I really wanted the burritos so bad, but they've left. There's no knocking now.
I'm so hungry.
So I can't.
We have beer. There's no need for food if you have beer.
That's true.
Beer is food.
I really wish we could have just looked and seen if they had burritos or not.
There's no windows in this damn front. The foyer has no windows. The only thing is way up there, and that's in like the 3rd and 2nd lofts. That's like the 3rd and 2nd stories of the
You
house.
haven't even been up there yet, have you?
No, God, no.
I see you got a front door, by the way. Good on you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
good
I
on you.
installed
The front
that.
door. That was very nice. It's a nice way to enter a building.
Thank you.
It's
I hate just showing up.
That's a massive door. This is like a bank vault.
With no peephole.
I was thinking
guess that's
tomb.
it.
Yeah, I need
Yeah.
to just drill a hole. I just need to drill a hole right in the middle of the door, maybe.
Well,
in the middle of the door, I'd have to stoop down.
A little bit, squat, get down and pop.
That's super creepy. The black-eyed children.
Do you think? But what are your personal theories? Do you think they would be human aliens? Do you think they're straight aliens? Do you think they're just their own species?
From what I've been familiar with the alien agenda, if you want to call it that, is that I have heard about stories of late night knocks on the door and a charming middle-aged couple. The man usually has a widow's peak and goes, "Hey, what's up?" And the person opening the door, the occupant of the house, is completely disarmed. Literally, that hits as close to home as possible.
Right.
Literally your home.
Yes. So if they do have some kind of black-eyed children who are furthering that instance of just kind of getting into the house, like if they do have that kind of way of introducing themselves and then maybe indoctrinating a community, that's a hell of a creepy way to go about doing it. Little kids, you as a nurturer, you want to take care of them if they're knocking on your door.
I would If I were an alien, though, I'd do, like, toddlers. Like, little
No,
5-year-olds.
toddlers are the scariest thing in the world.
That might
Are you
freak
kidding?
people out too much, like The
I
Shining.
wouldn't let any 13-year-old
Imagine
in.
a toddler knocking at your door.
A 13-year-old actually is potty trained, though. Toddlers
true.
are just
That's
be
true.
doing the stinky
It's like,
doo-doo
my
all
parents
over.
out here, and I need a
Black-eyed
change.
toddlers? That sounds
We opened
a
for
little
those guys
bit more
in Tampa. They're
terrifying.
really nice.
Black-eyed toddlers.
Yeah, they're like a
Does-
gothic ska band. Really
that,
cool.
That does sound frightening.
I
Absolutely
actually
frightening.
did see a toddler run down my street one day. This is no lie. I was sitting in my house, and I just saw a baby in a diaper run down my street by itself. And I'm like, oh, the parent's coming. And then a dog came. No parent. The toddler was
dog.
just running around in and out of traffic on my street and just got out of the house, and the guy was asleep. And so I had to run up and down my street yelling, there's a baby outside.
Well, thank God I don't live in that neighborhood, am I right?
Yeah, sure.
You are listening to Fort Fritz. And welcome back to Fort Fritz. Man Daddy is now in timeout because the burrito people were knocking at my front door to give me delicious burritos that I've been waiting very patiently for. And because of his asinine story about black-eyed children, I missed out on it.
Yep.
Come on, this is BS.
It is BS, but you know what? I had to then double my order just to get them to come back around. So
I just want to say
upset.
I told you so, okay? Because even if they were black-eyed children, we'd still have burritos in our hands right now. And
Black-eyed
Precisely.
children don't bring burritos, they only bring pain.
Yet. I'm sure there's an app for that coming out.
Oh, yeah, that would be tasty.
Are you sure that the burrito guys left? I see it looks like taillights outside in the lot there. See those two red lights just like beaming in?
I'm looking through the dining room window now. I see two red lights out there.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's in the street, though. It looks more eye level, like down the hill a little bit.
is it backing up?
Wait, they're gone. They're gone.
Oh, good.
Oh, thank God.
Wait. Don't open that door.
What are you talking about?
No. Don't open that door.
It's tasty burritos.
No. Those lights were there a minute ago, and now they're gone. That could be Mothman.
What do you mean, Mothman?
What?
You never heard of Mothman?
No. What are you
No,
talking
I've
about?
never
There's
heard of
burritos,
Mothman.
though.
Guys, all right, look, listen, let me tell you about Mothman. So the Mothman legend spans over many different cultures all over the world, but specifically, the Mothman that we're talking about happened in a 13th-month span from November 15th, 1966 to December 15th, 1967, in a small town on the western Virginia border called Point Pleasant. So most sightings in Point Pleasant happen in and around area that the locals refer to as the TNT area. This site was a munitions plant during World War II. Basically, it was an encampment of buried bunkers that had domes that protruded out of the ground. It was also a known bird sanctuary. On November 15th, 1966, two couples, Roger and Linda Scarberry and Steve and Mary Millette, were out for a drive in Roger's 1957 Chevy. They were out doing a little bit of urban exploring. It seemed that no one was around, so they decided to go up into the plant. Now, these were commonly referred to as igloos by the locals. So they pulled their way inside the plant, driving around, and Linda noticed it first. It was two bright red circles, about 2 inches in diameter each and about 6 inches apart, leaned against one of the igloos. It became apparent that these were attached to the head of a creature as it swayed away from the igloo. And they saw these eyes. They were like, quote, automotive reflectors, and they would later recount the light blazing out from the shadows. Roger braked as he saw it was a huge animal. They said it was shaped like a man, but maybe 6.5 to 7 feet tall, with wings folded against its body. Its body was grayish overall, although some have described it as brown in other sightings. But the eyes, in many accounts, not just this first sighting, are the standout feature. They were hypnotic, and we couldn't look away from them. As it moved away from the building, Roger peeled out and turned in reverse and headed for Route 62, speeding down the road. The creature then was spotted in a field next to them, or another creature perhaps, and it flew vertically into the air with almost no effort, its bat wings frozen out in the night sky. The couples tried to outrun it, going at speeds of up to 100 miles an hour, and was keeping at pace with them with almost no effort. It was, quote, not even flapping its wings at all. Mrs. Millette heard it making a squeaking sound. Like a big mouse, it screeched as it followed them all the way to the city limits. They immediately drove to the courthouse and reported it to a deputy, Millard Halstead, and he was quoted as saying, "I've known these kids all their lives. They'd never been in any trouble, and they were really scared that night. I took them very seriously." The deputy followed Scarberry back to the plant to search for the creature. He switched on the police radio, and over the dispatch, a signal sound blasted out, drowning out all the voices. A loud garble, like a recording sped up, high and fast. The deputy immediately switched off the radio. The sightings of Mothman, with over 200 cases of phenomena and over 100 eyewitnesses, culminated in the December 15, 1967 collapse of the Silver Bridge. It was one of the first I-beam suspension bridges in the country, and during rush hour traffic, 76 vehicles went into the water. 46 people died. 2 bodies were never recovered. The cause of the collapse was pinpointed to a 1/10 of an inch fracture in one of the supporting I-beams. John Keel, author of the Mothman Prophecies, which is generally considered to be the Bible on this subject, has reason to believe, due to certain inexplicable circumstances, that he had foreknowledge of this tragedy.
Damn, so the Mothman Prophecies are a collection of stories about the Mothman legend?
Yes, it was basically John Keel went to Point Pleasant after he read the initial story that I told you about, which was published in The Messenger by Mary Hare. And he started interviewing people and unearthing facts. And he talked to over 200 different people who experienced some sort of phenomenon if they had not witnessed the creature itself.
Jeez.
And this is a massive subject, and it's also from 1966 to 1967 was recorded one of the highest counts of any sort of phenomena in the world, UFO sightings included. So in Point Pleasant alone, people experienced electro voice phenomena, infrasound. They experienced UFO sightings. They experienced the Mothman. They experienced other sort of cryptids. Ingrid Cold comes to mind, a very creepy character if you look him up, the Grinning Man. But there's other sources that you can look this up. This
creepy.
was a real thing. I would say look up John Keel's book. It's fascinating. It's entertaining. Look up Loren Coleman's work. He's a cryptozoologist who was very well respected in his field and also has written books about the subject. It's crazy, man.
So do people think that the Mothman was actually there to warn them that he is actually a creature of good and just happened to look terrifying?
It's sort of been the harbinger of tragedy, and what John Keel had experienced was he was in contact, and he called them "quote unquote" contactees, people, this network of people who were unrelated and didn't know each other that would contact him with unknown messages from unknown sources, or they would have sort of foreknowledge of things that he was going to do without him knowing it. He would receive these strange messages and EVFs over the phone, things way out of the realm of normal experience. In fact, when the bridge collapsed, he thought, because of due to his sources, that there was going to be a massive Eastern Seaboard blackout that was going to be triggered when Lyndon B. Johnson did the lighting of the White House Christmas lights on December 15th. And he was prepared for it in his apartment in Manhattan. He had his batteries, he had his candles, and this is actually recounted by Loren Coleman. And then when it didn't happen, he thought, oh, it's just more misinformation. And then 6 minutes later, the news interrupted with the bridge collapse of the Silver Bridge out in Point Pleasant.
Silver Bridge, Point Pleasant, what state is that in?
It is right on the border of West Virginia and Ohio. But this was all about the things that he had been researching intensively for the past year.
Okay, so
and had been haunted by. This man was haunted. This man, the book, he experiences some things that there's no way to explain.
So he thought something as harmless as the eastern seaboard of the United States of America would be blacked out because of a Christmas tree lighting, but he probably is haunted by the fact that 76 people lost their lives, or
no, actually 46
people lost their lives.
This is how much he suspected it. He actually wrote a letter to Mary Hare, the woman who wrote that first article, who did a lot of investigative work with him on the subject, on November 3rd of 1967, a month and about 2 weeks before the bridge collapsed. It says, I quote, "I have reason to suspect that there may soon be a disaster in the Point Pleasant area which will not be related to the UFO mystery. A plant along the river may either blow up or burn down. Possibly the naval installation in Point Pleasant will be the center of such a disaster. A lot of people may be hurt. Don't even hint to anybody anything about this." End quote.
Damn, dude.
What initially led him down the path of it being a harbinger? What was it that initially made him like, this is not just a freaky sighting, that there's a meaning behind this?
This is where the title of the book, The Prophecies, comes in. He would receive messages through his network or through the phone or through people he interviewed that certain events were going to happen, and they always followed through. And they would name the number of deaths and the dates, things like that. And it's a really freaky phenomenon. And I gotta say, even in this year, there's been a recent spotting of Mothman.
That's not good.
Photos.
Really?
Photos. And you can see it's this large bird-like creature, and yet there's these strangely muscular man's legs dangling behind it as it flies through the air.
Same area or different area?
Exactly the same area.
That's really crazy.
Sounds like Man-Bat from the cartoons. If you know Man-Bat.
That's funny enough. Actually, the Mothman got its name. It was in the mid-'60s, and a paper editor for The Messenger, I believe, is credited with just comparing it to a villain on the Batman series that was extremely popular at the time, which was the Killer Moth, and so they just called it the Mothman.
Oh.
Damn, I didn't know that. Okay, so Mothman, is it this kind of government covert operation about mind control? Where does this root lie?
Some people believe it's a spirit, or that it's deeply intrinsic to. Actually, there was a curse put on the land prior to the Civil War, or not the Civil War, rather the Revolutionary War, known as the Chief Cornstalk's curse.
Hi, I'm Chief Cornstalks.
That's absolutely ridiculously crazy and terrifying, and I guess I no longer have burritos now because the knocking on the door is gone.
Hey, but we're all safe.
We are safe. No
We're all
Mothman.
safe.
No Mothman in here.
We're alive and we have beer.
But this is making me hangry now because
Drink
I ain't
more
got
beer.
no food.
Drink more beer. Beer is food. There's a pork chop in every beer.
I would say that I'm sort of glad we don't have burritos if they were being delivered by the Mothman, because that is way more terrifying than black-eyed children. I'd take black-eyed children over Mothman.
Yeah, that's true, because the black-eyed children actually have like charisma.
Yeah, and they had burritos, I'm sure.
They had burritos at one time.
You're just really
That
centered on the
Mothman-
black-eyed children having burritos, I believe.
I know they did, because it was the burrito guy. But no, this one was definitely
Black-eyed
the Mothman.
burrito
so
guy.
Listen,
Black-eyed burrito guy. All right, let's go ahead and wrap up this episode. Thank you so much,
Great.
Man Daddy, Sarah,
Thank you.
and Nick Spry. I'm getting the hell out of this place. I have to stay one night, but that night ain't going to be tonight. Let's go across the street to the bar, get some chicken wings.
Yeah.
Get some
Okay.
brews.
Yeah.
And,
there's a bar across the street the whole time?
Yep.
When he says across the street, it's like 3 miles.
We have to
Big-
walk 3
big
miles.
street.
It's 3 miles across the street.
Well, apparently
All
we
right.
do, since Mandaddy's been putting oil in the gas tank.
It runs more efficiently that way. It's science, people.
It's
All
really
right.
just a 10-minute walk. It's not really
Well,
that-
let's hurry up
How
and walk
fast do you
there,
walk?
and let's efficiently run there
got
right
it.
now,
Okay.
because this is nuts.
Well, thank you guys so much for
Are
listening.
those red eyes behind us as we're running?
Let's walk